Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays, where I'm sitting on all the DVDs and Blu-rays and Laserdiscs, trying different camera setups, guys. I got some interesting movies to show you today. I got a couple things I want to show you. I thought about showing some epics, Hollywood epics that I got recently, which I don't need to go into explaining what a Hollywood epic is, but you know, these are some famous big screen movies that were troublesome, very expensive to say the least, and also movies that we've learned to celebrate every year. So I think you know what I'm talking about when I say this. The first one I have a Blu-ray double feature that I just noticed the tail has broke off a little bit there, the corner. Ben-Hur and the Ten Commandments on Blu-ray. This is the first time I've owned the Ten Commandments. I've had different versions of Ben-Hur over the years. I had a DVD version. I think it was one of the anniversary editions back in the last 10 years. But I think I got rid of it because it was DVD. And I think I had a Laserdisc for a short period of time. And I kept that for a while. And I think I finally got rid of it because it was older. There was even newer versions on Laserdisc than that version. So I was Ben-Hur-less for a while. Until now. I saw this and it was at a very good price on Amazon, so I thought I would get this. It's Ben-Hur and the Ten Commandments on one Blu-ray set, so it's a heavy little set. It's multi-discs, and I saw a great documentary on Amazon Prime, I believe. It was a guy that was trying to rebuild the 1923 set of the Ten Commandments when Cecil B. DeMille made the original Ten Commandments in 1923. He had built this large, he built Egypt or wherever, you know, it takes place exactly, and basically buried most of the famous set under the sand dunes. It was filmed in a famous historic, well, it's a historic place now in California, something sand dunes, and back in the 20s, before it was a, you know, historical site and everything, you know, it was used for recreation, and it was not much out in Hollywood back in those days, but they buried the set. And I saw this documentary where this guy worked over maybe a 30-year period, starting in the 70s or something, trying to archaeologically dig up this place and try to recreate it and stuff. So it kind of talks about his journey, which kind of turned some light bulbs on for me. And I thought, you know, I don't have the Ten Commandments. It's a great, big, colorful Hollywood epic that they show every Easter holiday weekend or something. I've always kind of preferred Ben-Hur, even though I've only seen bits and pieces of the Ten Commandments. I know it's a beautifully big, ginormous, colorful Technicolor, Cinerama, Panavision, CinemaScope, Hollywood epic, but I've never seen it. And so I thought this would be really cool to get. It's got two epics on this. It's got commentaries. It's got a few extra stuff. There's a music-only track on the Ben-Hur disc. But yeah, it's a pretty good set there. You can't beat it. Great budget. You know, you're on a budget. Kill two birds with one stone kind of thing. Excuse me. So I got that. Now, next up is one of the most famous disasters in Hollywood history. One of the most expensive, over-filleted movies ever made, and that would be Cleopatra. That was made in 1963. It started filming in 61 or something like that. And this is a great set because it's got a lot of great supplements on here. It's got a bunch of documentaries on it. The documentary on here that's called what's it called? Cleopatra, the film that changed Hollywood. Is a great documentary. I actually ran across it on YouTube and started watching it, which kind of got me thinking about this movie, and I got it, and it's really good. I mean, I know I'm really not someone that goes after the big Hollywood epics and the big pop. You know, to me, this has always been one of the more popular movies Hollywood produced over the year. Even though it lost a lot of money, it made a lot of money later on down the road, especially on home video. And I mean, you have to agree that, you know, Elizabeth Taylor is just simply beautiful in this movie. It's directed by Joseph Mankiewicz, which is something, you know, I'm a big fan of, you know, Joseph Mankiewicz and Walter Walter Ranger. There, I've said it. Was the producer on it. Now he's made a lot of great stuff. He's made a lot of great stuff. He's an independent producer. He got with I guess Zanuck. Was Zanuck here then? Maybe he took it on his own. But anyways, 20th Century Fox ended up putting up money, and they made this. Got a whole bunch of people in it. It's got the famous Alex North music, Rex Harrison, Richard Burton, Martin Landau, Roddy McDowall, Robert Stevens. It's full of people. But yeah, definitely a movie to check out. And I got one more. Sorry, I got one more here. This is a Blu-ray I picked up recently. It's called How the West Was Won. Now this is I think this is a UK release of Warner Brothers release. And the reason I got this one was it's got some certain special features on here. One of them being they put the Cinerama Adventure. It's a movie documentary about the Cinerama process, which I saw that before, and it's really cool. And I got, you know, 4K TV now, a good Blu-ray player, and it looks great. It looks great on my TV. Even though this is just a Blu-ray, but I kind of tweak it out a little bit. It's pretty cool. Great sound, everything. But How the West Was Won was a MGM movie filmed in the new process of Cinerama, which is basically 3 screens put together. They had to film the thing with these ginormous 3 camera setups, which basically you're putting 3 films together to make this huge, like basically an IMAX. It's basically like a 65 millimeter IMAX process, sort of. Over the years, they were able to, you know, make the cameras a little smaller to do what, you know, but to do, you know, what they were shooting for. But it's basically an IMAX thing. But IMAX cameras are huge. You know, because it's got such a big lens and everything. But it's just interesting the process they did, and they're using all this technology to film a story. And it's basically How the West Was Won, basically following a couple of families going out west and all the stuff they encounter on the way. You know, some of it's kind of fluff, you know, it's Hollywood fluff, but it's a lot of fun. It's really cool. It's got the Dolby 5.1 surround. It's got a huge cast, and even 3 directors directed the movie, you know, different parts of it. Henry Hathaway, John Ford, and George Marshall. But yeah, it was a huge movie at the time, shooting off the Cinerama process. Around this time, they did another movie called The Big Country, and it was a big surround Cinerama movie too, with Gregory Peck. He's in this also, but he stars in it. But I haven't got that. I've thought about maybe getting that at some time. at some point, because it's really good price on Amazon. I believe maybe, you know, under $10 for it. So it's, you know, that's in my budget and stuff. So curiosity got me, and I got this. But I was really interested in some of the examples of Hollywood's, you know, ginormous, you know, features they used to make to get people to come back into the theaters after television took over. You know, after TV became very popular, and a lot of movie stars were going towards working in television because that's where it was at, that's where the money was going. Movie studios scrambled to find the latest thing to get people back into the theaters. You know, either it be 3D, CinemaScope. By then, that was the late 60s or the early 60s, and they started the Cinerama process. And after going through a whole bunch of different widescreen processes all the way through there, a lot of the studios had their own, you know, widescreen process or their own Technicolor type process, which they were called something, you know. But really interesting, great big movies to put on. And I think I'm going to try to watch the Ten Commandments this year for the first time. I've never seen it. And Ben-Hur is a lot of fun. I mean, Charlton Heston is the movie, man. I mean, the chariot race. And of course, that's a remake of the 26 version that MGM made. That in itself had the one of the most famous chariot races, so which was kind of cool. So yeah, there you go, guys. I just thought I would show off some videos of Hollywood, ginormous Hollywood videos, movies that were made. And now they're on video for you to watch. Yeah. So yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching this. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. Hit the bell so you're notified when I do a new video, and you will see that first. And I encourage you to comment. What did you think about some of these videos, some of these movies? And any recommendations out there, guys, just give me a holler. And until next time, guys, be safe out there, and I will see you later. I'm going to watch some movies.